I look inside carefully, okay, and Buddha said that, didn't he? Stop, sit down, relax, stop running around like a chicken without a head. Sit down, watch your mind. What do you see? Okay, what do you see? When we look inside, what can we feel? We feel this attraction towards some people, aversion towards others. But even before that, what do we want? Okay, Buddha asked us actually indirectly, what do you want? What do we naturally want? We all want happiness. We all want peace. We don't want suffering at all. You know, even if I'm slightly uncomfortable sitting in this chair, Bandeji,
right.
I want to move. Why? Because I don't want the unpleasant sensation. I want pleasant sensation. I want and I want lasting happiness, not just today. I want tomorrow also. I want when I get old. If I get old, I want happiness. I want security. I want nirvana. I want whatever, enlightenment.
So what kind of happiness are you talking about?
Well, short term and long term. Okay. But here what I want to establish, Banteji, is the fact that not just I want this, not just me, Saxena, not just Kabir wants happiness.
We are all individuals.
Want something. Everybody.
Everybody.
You are my friend.
Right.
So far, you are my friend. So
yeah,
far.
Yes.
I hope that will not change.
Yeah.
So you are my friend, you want to be happy, you don't want to suffer.
Yeah, right.
This gentleman with the camera, I don't know him. He's kind of stranger. I kind of like him, but he's still stranger.
Yeah.
But I do know he wants happiness. He doesn't want suffering at all.
So tell us.
So,
yeah.
and also enemy. Right. This person I don't like there, or I see on TV their face I don't like, but they want to be happy. They don't want to suffer.
Right.
If they have a stomach ache, it hurts them.
Right.
Same way it hurts me.
Right.
Same way it hurts my friend. No difference.
No difference.
But I make big difference, right? Enemy, I don't like him. Why? Because he said something or did something I don't like. Again, some personal kind of reason, some kind of ego reason, usually. Or if he's harming other people, I feel, oh, he's a bad person. I don't see the deeper reason why he is harming others, because he is suffering himself. So he should be object of my compassion,
right.
my love.
Right.
May you be happy. May you be free from ill will. May you stop behaving in this bad way. You are creating problem for yourself.
Let me tell you a little bit.
So like this. Please, Manteji, you ask me.
Yeah, I mean to say, happiness. There are a lot of happiness.
Of course.
But you mentioned two kind of medicine, long time and short time.
Yes.
What is the difference is long times and short times happiness?
So,
please tell
I will tell.
viewers.
So now Bhanteji is going to give me lunch after this session. He said, I hope you'll agree. So that is,
yes.
And he gives very delicious food. I don't know.
Yes, Thai, we have a Thai food.
Thai food, wow.
Yes.
Bhanteji is from Northeast India, but he's giving Thai food. So this short-term happiness.
This is short-term happiness.
Okay.
You mean you are talking about the materialistic happiness?
Well, yeah, material from food, from
food,
people,
yes.
from money, from big car, from nice building, from soft mattress.
Yes,
everything.
material.
Material.
Yes.
But, as you know,
yes.
these things are impermanent.
Right.
Look at California, such a rich state now, full of storms and fire and hurricane. People's houses gone, people's money gone. Some people died.
Right.
So how can we trust these things?
Yes.
This we know. I'm just reminding us. So what will help, Buddha said, create some good qualities in your mind and some good habits, and they will carry on in this life and in future lives, and you will keep on creating causes for happiness.
Now we are talking about long time happiness.
But it could still be material happiness. So he said, you deeper you go in your mind, you develop some where you begin to renounce ordinary pleasure, materialistic happiness. You see it's very temporary, and then you begin to taste the bliss of meditation and also the happiness of helping others, of compassion. Then that is a much longer term happiness. Even you lose all your money, you won't be so unhappy because you still care for other people. You have love in your heart, you have compassion. That will help you when you die.
Sharing means caring one another, right?
Yeah. When you die, it will help you. Your money can't help you when you're dying. You can't take anything.
Right. Absolutely.
You have a wonderful temple here, Bhanteji, but in the end, we cannot take one atom with you.
Absolutely.
But you can take your positive energy,
Right.
your kindness,
Yes.
your generosity, your patience, your humility, your courage, your joyous effort, your meditative stability, and your wisdom. Your wisdom of impermanence, wisdom understanding suffering. All this we can take with us
Right.
if we practice. So that is something amazing. That is like, wow, nothing is better than that.
Right.
So this we can do as a human being, but we cannot do it if we are polluting our mind every day with friend, enemy, stranger. Matlab, attachment, ignorance, anger. All the time coming. All the time. So, Bhanteji I get attached because he gives me Thai food. So then if I think, oh, maybe next week I also want Thai food. So I will call Bhanteji. For sure he will.
That is called attachment.
He will invite me. That is attachment.
Or entangled with the attachment. Right?
Entanglement.
Yes,
So
okay.
then Bhanteji after some time he'll get fed up. He'll say, oh, this Saxena, he calls me because he wants food. You know. Okay, let's ignore the phone call. So then I will become like enemy for Bhanteji. I will become a nuisance. Of course, Bhanteji is very kind
If you
man.
talk, what kind of enemy? There are many type of enemies. No.
Sorry?
What kind of enemy you talk about?
Well, there can be many kinds of enemies. Someone who irritates you, and also someone you feel is threatening you,
There
or
might be
someone
good-
you just don't like the look of that
There
person.
might be good enemy, bad enemy.
Well, I'm saying, well, the enemy could have many, many good qualities,
Yes.
which I don't know.
Yes.
And they're not really an enemy. If they are really an enemy, the whole world should see them as enemy,
Right.
isn't it?
Right.
But the whole world doesn't.
So-
Some people are that person's friends. So
Absolutely.
where is the enemy? Is he friend? Is he enemy?
So according to Buddha, or according
Yeah.
to perspective views,
Right.
right. Are the enemy? They are not human.
Well,
They are-
Devadatta, look.
Yeah.
He thought Buddha was a liar, a cheat.
Yeah.
He didn't like Buddha. We love Buddha. Why?
They are part of human, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You see, Devadatta, his mind was polluted by anger and jealousy, right? So he had an enemy. Buddha was his enemy. Can you imagine? For us, Buddha is friend. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
What-
question
please.
is coming to you.
Yes.
Our audience, please carefully listen what I'm going to put question to Mr. Kabir Saxena, one of our distinguished speaker for today special edition of Dhamma Talks. So let me put you a questions. How do you define the concepts of friendship, enmity, and strangerhood in the context of today's challenging times? Please, Mr. Saxena.
This is question number one.
Yeah, this is question number one.
So now I'm very nervous.
Yeah.
Because Bhanteji asked difficult questions. Bhanteji is also lawyer, so I have to be very careful how I answer. So now, this is, well, we already answered a little bit. Friendship is I love
Yes,
you.
yes,
I
yes.
love you because you help me.
Yes, yes, yes.
You give me Thai food. You give me nice place.
Yeah.
You give me chance to talk to people, so you are my friend.
Yeah.
But that is also difficult because if then one day you say something I don't like, I'll say, oh, Bhanteji not helping me,
Yes, yes.
not inviting me, then my mind will go disturbed.
Right.
This is due to my attachment.
Attachment.
So friendship means attachment.
Attachment.
Attachment, the definition, simple definition is to have a mistaken mind that exaggerates the likable,
Yes.
attractive quality of something or
Yes.
somebody
Okay.
and wants to have it,
Right.
wants to possess it. It's not an even mind, it's not a relaxed mind, it's a wanting mind, very restless mind actually. So we need calm mind. Buddha said calm mind is better because then we don't go up and down. Because now Bhanteji is my friend. In the future he stops inviting me, he can become an enemy. You see how it works?
Yeah, so how do we
Attachment.
challenge this?
By realizing this.
Realizing.
And by meditating more, of course, on metta and karuna, and seeing how even if Bhanteji does not invite me in the future for Thai food, he is still object of my compassion and friendship because he's a human being. He wants to be happy. Also, I use logic. Why should he invite me every week for Thai food? That's not his job.
Right.
He didn't get born in the world to invite Kabir Saxena
Right.
for Thai food.
Right.
That's my attachment.
Lightness.
That Bhante has to help many
How
people.
we avoid all this kind of challenges or anything?
Well, like this, Bhanteji, by thinking carefully,
Careful.
by thinking in a very wise way,
Wise
by
way.
not allowing our attachment to always take over. We have to see logically also that I am not the center of the universe. I am one person. Why do I think I am the most important?
Right.
In this example, Bhanteji has to look after many people. Why should he always be thinking about Kabir Saxena?
Right.
I'm just one person.
Right.
He has to care for thousands of people. So, but attachment says me, you know, me. I'm important.
Yes.
Also, so then stranger is someone who doesn't do anything for me. So I don't care. This person doesn't help me. He doesn't do anything against me. Okay, I don't care. He may be lying in the road injured. I don't care. You know.
So I think we got the first questions from Mr. Kabir Saxena.
But,
and now I'm going to put you as
But lastly, the enemy.
Yes.
Enemy does something I don't like. So actually they say the more attachment you have, the more enemies you'll also have. Because when you don't get what you want from somebody, then they become your enemy.
right.
And it's because of the attachment in the beginning.
Yeah. As you say, the individual has to understand wisely or think wisely.
Exactly.
Why I'm going again and again
Yes.
after him, right? For just sake of individual.
Yeah.
That he should think also for the person that he's going to meet, whether he will be, able to provide him something again and again,
Exactly.
or he want to stay again and again or not, right?
Yeah.
So you mean to say these were right?
One should be realistic.
Yes.
Not see that I am the center of the world. No, I am not the center of the world. Other people also are the center of the world.
Right.
I am just one person.
Right.
Humans are 8 billion.
Right.
So how come I'm more important than 8 billion people? It's ridiculous.
Okay.
But that's how I think.
Right.
Very
So
foolish.
my second question is,
Yes.
Odi and Nadia are also thinking, I think they are also thinking, what role do friendship play in maintaining equanimity amidst the challenges of the modern world? Yeah.
Well, very important. Very important.
Yeah, this is very important. Our viewers, friends, and families, please
So
notice here.
I will just quote what the Buddha has said to
Yes.
mention. Somebody asked him, what is the role of friendship, spiritual friendship, of Kalyan Mitra in spiritual life? Is it...
What is the meaning of Kalyan Mitra? Can you
Kalyan
explain in
Mitra
English?
is like, Mitra is friend, and we get the word Maitri from that, also Maitreya in Pali, the future Buddha, from this word. And Kalyan is of course liberation.
Liberation.
So, freedom.
Right.
So the person, the friend who is helping you to attain freedom, who is your spiritual friend, who is on the path to freedom with you, helping you, and you are helping them. So someone asked, what is the role of Kalyan Mitra in the life? Is it like half of the spiritual life or quarter or something like that? The Buddha said, no. I think Anand asked this question maybe. And the Buddha said, no, Anand, the Kalyan Mitra is the whole of the life, of the spiritual life. Meaning, it's very important.
Yeah, please tell us
That kind
about
of
the meaning.
friendship. The spiritual friend can help us, advise us, can help us when we are feeling sad or upset or lazy. We don't want to practice meditation, then spiritual friend can say, look, you should. What's the problem? You must, do your practice. They can encourage us. Ordinary life also, ordinary friendships also important to develop affection. Ordinary affection.
How do you develop ordinary or permanent friendship?
For permanent friendship.
Yeah, no, both temporary or permanent.
Temporary, of course, is just being a good, decent, kind human being. You help other people with small things, with material objects, with food, with advice. But then getting higher forms of friendship is like giving love, affection, wanting the person to be happy, caring for them. And then ultimately they say, of course, giving of Dhamma. Nothing greater than giving Dhamma to the person, because then with that they can attain Nirvana, Buddhahood, everything. So we have to develop the different levels of friendship. That's incredibly important.
Especially in this modern world.
Yeah, where people keep on getting divided, polarized. Wherever you look, Panteji, everyone.
Right.
Middle East, India, United States, just to take 3 examples. So many people against each other.
Right. Right.
Simply because of the label. I am Republican, so I'm against the Democrats. Even if they have a very good policy, I'm against them because I am Republican. You know, I'm with this person. So I have to be against that person. That is so terrible. It's so divisive. So much suffering comes from that.
So how can we bring them into the spiritual path?
Those people?
Yes. Is it easy for us?
Pray in your temple. Very difficult. Most people don't want to listen.
Yes.
Which is why in our teachings, Bhanteji, we have this topic called precious human life, which means not just human life, but someone who is actually interested in the Dhamma, to practice, to study, reflect and practice. So few people. No one wants to do. And yet they want happiness. They can't have happiness, lasting happiness, unless we understand Dhamma.
Right.
Isn't it? Impermanence,
Very
wisdom,
important.
shield, samadhi, pragya. How can we?
Very important.
But so that is the greatest form of friendship where we can offer. And most people in the world, the politicians, not interested.
Okay.
They want power.
Yes. So we move to question number 3. Yeah. How can one cultivate compassion towards those considered as enemies or strangers in a troubled world?
It's a very important question. Very important question.
Very important question.
So usually, of course, to remind us, with the enemy, we naturally develop anger, aversion. We don't want to see them or we want to harm them. So this question is very important. For my peace of mind, therefore for peace in the world, we have to develop compassion for that person. Now, how to do that? Not easy. How? Even a child will help somebody or like somebody who helps them. But a child will not like somebody who harms them. So we are the same as adults. So how to develop compassion? Well, not easy, theoretically easy to understand is, look, that person has problems, that person also a human being, that person is born, might get old, definitely will get sick in their life, definitely they will die. Definitely they will not get what they want. Definitely they will also sometimes get what they don't want. In other words, what Buddha said, they are suffering. They will suffer, they are suffering. If they are behaving badly to you, for example, they will suffer even more because they are creating unwholesome karma. So they are suffering now, they are suffering in the future. And Buddha, as we know, mentioned many realms.
Right.
Pret, hungry ghost, hell realm, animal realm. Animal, of course, we can see. So we can be reborn in different places due to karma, according to Lord Buddha. So this person
So
who
let
is
me
giving me problem.
Yeah, let me tell you, let me put you one more question. What does it mean karma? Can you explain to our audience?
It's a very difficult topic, but in one way easy and misunderstood. It means if I behave in a certain way, I will have the habit to behave in that way in the future. That's one thing. Plus, it will have a consequence. So if I am generous, for example, then the karmic consequence is I have the habit of giving again and again, this and future lives, which is a wonderful thing. It also creates the energy, it attracts people to like us. It attracts good things from the world, from the universe, from other people. So in other words, if we give, then it's more likely that we will also receive, now and in the future, material as well as love and friendship from others. So that's the kind of karmic consequence of giving. Karmic consequence of killing would be the opposite. You kill, you're creating enmity, you are creating suffering for others. You will attract that kind of experience into your own life. Plus, you will have the habit of killing in the future life. Killing will be easy for you, which is very damaging. Think about it.
Right.
If it's easy for you to kill with no problem, think how damaging that is karmically.
That is bad karma.
In terms of the 5 precepts, we have to understand killing is awful. Even just killing a fish, actually, which is difficult to say for some people who eat a lot of fish. But yeah, Buddha did not encourage us to kill fish, although he allowed us sometimes to eat fish or meat if we have not killed. But that's a whole other topic. I don't want to get into that.
Okay, yeah.
But karma is important. So this enemy who is behaving badly, let's say, they are creating negative karma. So they are creating cause of suffering for themselves. So of course I have to feel sorry for them. It's like a doctor, Banteji. He sees the patient eating bad food, doing the wrong things. Doctor will feel sorry for him.
Right.
Doctor has given good advice.
Right.
Patient is not listening, eating the wrong food, doing the wrong thing. Doctor might get a little angry also, but he'll also feel compassion. This person, what a fool,
Right.
not behaving.
Right.
He'll feel sorry. And again will advise. If they're a good doctor, they'll advise again.
So you mean to say, we should follow the instruction, or we should carefully think whatever we should do good, all right? Or if we are doing something, we should think before, right?
Yeah.
And then do. If it is good for well-being of everyone,
Yes.
including himself or herself, then we should do, right?
One should be very careful.
Yes.
How,
So this was the third question,
Yeah.
and now we have another fourth question. In your opinion, how does the current socio-political climate impact the dynamics between friends, enemies, and strangers?
So this is a very good question. It is
Yes.
linked with the eighth question,
Yeah.
with the seventh question, the concept of global interconnectedness.
Yes,
How
yes.
that influences.
Yes,
us.
yes, yes, yes.
So you see, as we said earlier, we are in a world together. We dream of going to Mars and the moon, but right now we're all living together on this little planet with limited resources,
Right.
which we are treating as though they are endless.
Right.
With our greed and our lack of insight, we are treating this world in a very exploitative way. And so, in other words, in a greedy way, with attachment. And we are destroying forests because we are very foolish. We don't see the long-term consequences of destroying forests in order to grow soybeans, in order to feed cattle, because we want to eat meat, for example. That's why a lot of jungle is cut to grow soybeans, to feed cattle, to feed the especially Western, but also now more Eastern desire for meat, cattle meat. So this is one example where we are so connected, and we can do so much damage because of our global power. We have much more power in our hands now with modern machinery, So if you put modern machinery together with a negative mind,
Right.
imagine the negative consequences.
Right.
Most people will have heard of or seen the film,
Right.
Oppenheimer. So in that film, you see how the human mind can be used to create an instrument of unbelievable destruction. And how, due to human greed and fear, the military industrial complex took over, whereas Oppenheimer himself didn't want the bomb to be used again. He was horrified by the effects of the bomb.
Right.
He said, stop. Already military industrial complex were happy. They could make a lot of money and power with the atom bomb. So they made thousands of atom bombs. Now we have tens of thousands of nuclear weapons in this world. We can destroy this world many, many times.
So how can they stop all those things?
Again, we have
For
to
destroying, destroying our humanity as well as our all the planet.
We already answered this, Banteji. We have to develop equanimity.
Equanimity,
No other
yes,
way.
yes.
And politicians who don't listen, not only prayer, of course, that's the first step.
Yeah, especially
We
the
have
politicians,
to-
they have to understand.
Some Buddhists, brave Buddhists, have to protest, have to demonstrate, but in a good, skillful way. We have to make it known to people
Right.
that you are destroying your world. Are you crazy or what?
Right.
We have to show people.
Right.
Buddhists shouldn't think we have to sit quietly on the cushion. Some people should, it's very good, they can do it very well. But other people should also, based on love, maitri and karuna, we have to try and wake up people who are destroying our home. They're destroying our home, the world.
Especially the politicians, scientists, businessmen.
Yeah.
The poor people, what they will do, they don't have anything to destroy. Just they survive only for food.
Very difficult.
Especially the rich people, right?
They can survive, the rich people, for a long time. The
Long
poor
time,
people,
yeah.
as you say.
Yes.
If there's a bad monsoon in India, poor people will eat less. Rich people, we can survive.
Right.
Poor people, we can survive, quite well. we will complain, of course, about higher prices, but we're okay.
Mhm.
Poor people,
Mhm.
they'll have less to eat.
Right.
You know that. You come from a part of India
Right.
which is not very rich.
Right.
There are poor people everywhere, of course. Bihar also. So we have to be much, much more careful and not. We have to see the essence of this Bhanteji is we have to see the destructive potential of attachment, ignorance, and anger, like the Buddha said, the three poisonous minds.
Right.
If we do not equalize them, if we do not see how we're all in the same situation together, if we don't see how we all want happiness and want suffering, we'll just create more and more problems. We have to see, that is the basic thing. See how that other person is not different from you.
Right.
They want to be happy. They want happy life. They want to have food in their stomach.
Right.
Why should they be hungry? Do you want to be hungry? No. They also don't want to be hungry. Simple. But we forget. It's me. The mantra of me.
You mean ego, arrogance,
Ego.
attitudes?
Yeah.
We have to, totally delete from our mindset, right?
First we have to notice it, Bhanteji.
Yes.
Deletion is not easy.
We can go for two more questions.
Sure.
Because 7-1 is similar to this 4-1, right?
Number 4 is same to 7, yes.
Yes.
And number 6 is different. Is same as number 8.
Okay.
Very.
They are deleted.
Similar.
Only we go for
Number 5. Yes.
5.
A
Yes.
good question.
Number 5. Okay. Can you share a personal experience where you encounter challenges in maintaining equanimity and compassion towards friends, enemies, or strangers?
Oh, so many times, Bhanteji.
Yes.
I've had to work for my guru's dharma centers. And sometimes you're working in a situation where you have problems with the people you're working with because they see differently or they don't behave well, or you may have a family member. In my case, there's a family member who doesn't behave well. They have many problems and they really behave in a way that upsets many people. So what do you do? Well, when I encounter such a person, I try to remember my guru's, my teacher's advice that when problems come, he said, when problems come, experience them with compassion. Meaning, you must understand suffering. This is, of course, the basic Buddhist truth. And it's an amazing teaching Buddha gave, the first one. It's the foundation of everything. If we remember suffering, we can see how this bad behaved person is suffering, as we mentioned before. So, this friend is suffering, enemy is suffering, stranger is suffering. Who is not suffering? Everyone is suffering from the Buddhist perspective.
The suffering is different suffering, no?
Yeah.
Somebody is suffering from material, somebody is suffering from illness or life.
But as you know, Bhanteji, because you have studied also, the basic suffering we all have is this aggregates, skandha, body and mind,
Yes.
contaminated by delusion and karma.
Right.
Karam or klesh,
Right.
karma and klesh, delusion and karma
Yes.
are the cause of this. The ignorance, anger, attachment, karmic action, we get this kind of body.
Right.
It, like a magnet, it attracts suffering situation. So our mind attracts suffering, even if we are a great PhD scholar, still we suffer mentally. Our body suffers, even if we are the strongest man in the world or woman, we can suffer with one tiny germ or bacteria that we can't even see with our eyes, we can suffer. So, point is, all are suffering. This enemy is only temporary enemy. He can become a friend if you are nice to him. If he changes his way of thinking, he can immediately become your friend. So it depends on our mind.
Right.
And we have to see how they are suffering.
Right.
Then we develop this wish, like a mother for the child. Sees the child suffering, her child, she can't bear it because the child is suffering. So everyone is suffering. Some people are suffering much more than your own friend, much more than your own child. So why can't we develop a little bit compassion for them?
Right.
May they be free.
Right.
They're suffering, Karuna Brahma Vyar. Karuna Brahma Vyar. Yeah.
So last, not the least.
Last but not least.
Yeah, but not least, yes.
Yes.
So you just said, give me what to say, some message for our viewers, how we can live peacefully and harmoniously in this 21st century or in the modern world?
Well, that's very easy, Bhanteji.
Yes.
They must rewind and look at this 45-minute session again carefully and understand what we were saying together and reflect on that, meditate on that. Because the essence is all there, what we
But
said.
you know, the normal of poor people or party people, they don't have time. They just go to work, for daily, earning, for daily survival earning.
Well, then you have
So
to...
how they will do for these things?
Well,
Any,
if you don't create time for Dhamma, then I cannot help you. But what you can do is you can watch your mind. Begin to watch your mind. See how you are dividing people. See how it is not really helping you to divide everyone, friend, enemy, stranger. See how the person, try and think about how I want to be happy and not suffer. And see how that is the same for everybody. So when you go anywhere, your driver, the person in the shop, in the street, think, oh, this person like me wants to be happy, doesn't want to suffer. And check if that's true or not. Check, oh, maybe he wants to suffer. Is that true? No. So we have to check, everyone we meet wants to be happy, doesn't want to suffer. So then what's the difference between him and you? At an essential level. What's the difference between this stranger and your friend? No real difference. All same, Buddha
All
said.
same, yes.
All human being,
Yes.
all animal want to be
Yes,
happy, not
yes.
suffer.
something, sometime when I was YouTube or something, I saw some animal, even the cat and the mouse,
Yeah.
they love each other.
Exactly.
And sometimes I saw, the what do you say, very fearless or fierce animal, they love each other.
Yes.
How the human being we are not loving each other?
Exactly.
Why we are destroying ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Any message for this?
Well, animals are can be very natural, and I think in some ways more easily trained than some human beings.
Yes.
Because we have so much addiction and habit of anger, attachment,
as you said,
ignorance,
yeah.
ego.
Like you say earlier, me.
Me is
Maybe
my
ego,
mantra.
arrogant attitudes. Yes.
So we need to watch and learn. Look at the movie of your own mind and learn from that. And if you have time, you must study what the Buddha taught. No substitute for that.
Yes.
And apply it to your life. Otherwise, we're just talking and not doing anything.
So thank you very much,
Thank you.
Mr. Kabir Saxena. Today he is our special guest as a speaker. Thank you very much, my family, our family, the international Buddhist community, as well as YouTube members, family, followers. Thank you for being with us. See you in the next edition.
Now I'm very hungry, Bhanteji. If you don't give me food,